Hello, 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 hello. So we're just gonna get into it. I have no idea how long this stream is gonna go. I was assuming I had the whole day. Hello there, Daniel. I have no idea how long this stream is gonna go. I need to go to the farm to do some farm things, apparently, but they don't know exactly what time I need to get there. Which means that this might take an hour, it might take a few. I'm hoping for like a nice 3-hour stream. That was really good the other day. I enjoyed it. But if I do have to go early, I have to go early. It is what it is. Capture top moments. So, hello, Sir Potato the Third. I do enjoy. It's weird. So I just tried the feature of scheduling the stream ahead of time. I just tried that. And now I'm getting a bunch of pop-ups on the YouTube stream. Like, I can apparently start an ad. I can clip my own stream as it's happening. I don't know why I would want to do that. But we're just going to get into this. Playing as Japan. Last stream, we started the campaign. We got about 2 years into it. In that time, we took over Transamore in a more commanding presence as a puppet, because they tried to break away, so we took them over. We brought Hawaii into the fold. We didn't have to invade them, they just joined us by their own accord. Pretty lucky, I don't have to invade them, but that also means that I don't get the base. I don't get the Honolulu base. It's fine. We fought with the Pacific states and got them pretty far, supplying them with a lot of weapons. And we invaded the Philippines, taking them over directly because screw them and their independence, they wanted to stay out of it. Now, today, one thing, we tried to back Argentina, that did not work. That's a lost cause, we're going to ignore that for now. But right at the end of the stream, what we're going to do today to start things is Insulindia has broken away from the Dutch East Indies, which is very good for me because the Dutch East Indies is where they have all the rubber and some oil. So it'd be really, really nice if I could get them in my sphere of influence. Or at the very least, have them not be against me, because I do plan on going against the Reichspakt to take over a lot of territory down here. So getting Insulindia on our side to begin with is very important to me. So we're going to go ham. Which means I'm thinking we're going to take our one... What is this? Unit is moving. We're going to take this unit, break them off, even though they're not a good unit, like, at all. They're just not. But we're still going to break them off. Going to see if anybody in here has some kind of... Yep, here we go. Kan in Haruhito as a panzer officer. I'll give his command. Then we are going to send some troops over to Insulindia. Send volunteers, air volunteers, cannon. Go. We can improve relations. Relations are pretty good already. Gonna come in here. What do we do now? I have been working on this. Nothing in here is specific. We got to create the South Seas territories. Every single island in the Pacific held by us should be ours. But we're not going to worry about that right now because we're already working on it. I'm going to go Senshinran, perhaps. I think that is what I will do. For now. Insufficient resources. How you doing, Hammond? How you doing? How you doing? I'm doing all right. Been playing this game of Japan because they got one of the better trees in Kaiserreich. Let's just do everything. We're going to send Shinran because I do want to get things started in China very quickly, because League of 8 provinces is now the League of Southwest provinces. They have gone full Germany simp. They are being... independence is guaranteed by Germany East Asia. They got docking rights, they got a non-aggression pact, and military access. They have become almost a German puppet, and I don't like that because I want that. I want those territories, damn it. And I cannot let them have it. So I need to get things started in China right away. But until then, we need to go help them out. I already sent the army. They just need to come over. Wait for them to accept. Good. I'm assuming I can send 0. It's because they don't have an air force of their own, I think. All volunteers. Now I just need to send them something so they can make their own. Macedonia? Just need to send them their own airport. Last time I played Japan was in Moe Reich. You know what? I think the last time I played Japan was in Moe Reich too. You remember that? Good times. And here, missing equipment is a carrier CAS. Yeah, about that. I'm not going to build carrier CAS. Have you, by any chance, figured out that I don't want them anymore? Because I remember I sent them back to, like, here. Yeah. That's funny. As soon as you send aircraft that was on a aircraft carrier onto mainland, they suddenly become, you know, this. They suddenly want to have 100 in the unit instead of 10, which I don't want. So guess what? You're getting disbanded. I don't want you. I don't want carrier aircraft at all. So we're just gonna ignore that. No Insulindia. You're at war with the entirety of the Reichspakt. Could be an issue. My volunteers are sent. Star Lend-Lease. I'm thinking of sending you all of my Daichis, like all of them. Yeah, in-store. Oh, that button. I'll think maybe all of my in-storage A4Ns. Maybe like... How many tanks do they really need? Lol. How many tanks do they really need? I'm just saying maybe 300 Pagos, because they're not very good tanks, to be honest. I'm gonna send like... Okay, that's not gonna work. I'm gonna send like 5,000 rifles. Maybe like 300 trucks. And the Springfields, civilian... No, let's keep the trains. But I'll send the whole lot of those and the whole lot of Springfields that I captured from them. And it should be good. That should be fine. The tanks might be a bit overkill. Planes, the magical fruit. Yeah, the only thing left I have would be B2Ms. I could delete some of my units to send even more air support. But I do think they need air support. I just need you to make sure you take, like, something. Because if you take over some of the major centers, some of the major islands, it'll be very hard for them to leave. I do wish that I could send you some planes, but alas, I cannot. They're holding up in Surabaya, in Batavia, and in Palembang. I think I'll be landing probably in Yogyakarta. Is that just Jakarta? It also held off in Malacca. Guatemala has joined the Revolutionary Front. What does that have to do with me? Yeah, we're here. I absolutely need to take the Surabaya immediately because I have no support whatsoever. The Dutch Revolution. Hey. Hey, no fair. Okay, good, good. That means that you are now... You're still at war with the rest. But the Dutch have revolted. You're still... You're not even in the Reichspakt. Why do you care if you're at war? Czech East Indies have joined the Reichspakt, that's why. Break them? Well, the Dutch themselves have joined. Yeah, we just need to take Surabaya. It's just, there is no two ways about it. We need to take it. Unless this unit gets destroyed. They're fighting us. My division's doing pretty okay. It's the support divisions that aren't doing very well. Let's see. Industry, infantry. I believe that was my ships. What could I get for ships? I could get some bracket shooting, some fire control, some mine laying. Ooh, I could get in here, 1938, for some computing machines. Oh, great, they brought through Batavia. I think this is a lost war on this side. Just because the whole of the Reichspakt joined at once, and we can't bring any more troops in. Maybe just this island. No, it's likely going to be a lost war. Looks like we're going to have to fight over the Dutch East Indies. Wait, the very list took Surabaya. I'm assuming that... Nope, no, nowhere. Go ahead and take them out while they're isolated. We're trying our best, but alas, it will not matter. So I think... Modify Lend-Lease. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to pull back on those. You can still have that, but we're not throwing good after bad. As much as I would like to get rid of it, it's just not happening. The fact that the entirety of the Reichspakt is in the war, even though they shouldn't have been. Second popular front incident. Just makes it effectively unwinnable for these rebels. Because they've already taken the town, but at least we have Surabaya. Senshinran. So with that, I'm thinking of going divide and conquer. Because in China, the one government that actually kind of supports us is the Pengtian government. And they just don't care about us at all. So I think we're just going to ignore them. Also, fate of the Philippines. Obviously, we're going to make military occupation. Going to invite everybody into my spheres. Then with the points left over, I could... Can I get work on it yet? No. Could get somebody in there, but I think for now I'll go divide and conquer. Start doing some Chinese policy. In here. Please do. Be nice if we could break them, because then we could actually kill these two units. Kingdom Siam, Chansamore, and Hawaii have agreed. Well, most of them are my puppets, so that makes perfect sense as to why they've agreed. Nudged. If this war was just a war of not the whole Reichspakt, we could have won it. If it was just the Dutch, but sadly. Air power, I'm thinking. Maybe some range improvements. We could use some extra range on things. I know people say that it's completely worthless to have range upgrades on carrier aircraft, but if you do use them in the land support role, some range could be useful. Especially if you want to, like, I don't know, bomb Singapore Harbor, maybe? In a surprise attack, perhaps? Now here, we're gonna do our best to walk around them. It's not gonna work, and they're gonna take Surabaya while I'm there, but we can at least try. Maybe take Padang. What the hell? Middle African and Skari? What are you doing here? Why'd they send you to go fight this war? Infantry, yep. That'll do. I have, by the way, built a new tank, the Ki Ni tank. It's still ass. It is still very much ass, but a little bit less ass. Because it's only 5.2 kilometers per hour. Still with the diesel engine. Still with the terrible short gun. Still ass, but a little less ass than the Ha-Go. But I'm still producing Ha-Gos just because they're so damn cheap. Like, they're unbelievably cheap. Great. What are these? Australasian Confederation? What are you doing here? What are you doing in this world, buddy? I'm gonna have to... Let's see... Where's the button? Send volunteers. There it is. Recall my volunteers. Goodbye, Insulindia. You were nice while it lasted. Maybe you can hold off in Malacca or something. Bye-bye. I wonder... So we're still fighting this unit, even though we're not even there? Order restored. Oh, no longer an occupied puppet? Wait, then what are they? Now they integrated puppet. Worked for me. I got 3 military factories out of nowhere. Obviously I need to send them to just build up more planes. Planes, trains, and automobiles. I need some there, I need some there, I need some there. An extra medium bomber, an extra close air support, extra fighter. That'll do. Kingdom of Siam will be supplying my rubber. Subjects, puppets. I'm just looking here, because Dutch East Indies, obviously I don't want to support them anymore. So now it's the question of who do I get my stuff from? You don't need quite as much from you for some reason. Pacific States? Pacific States are my buddy. Pacific States are my pal. I can support them pretty well. Divide and conquer strategy is a go. Now I can hear burn to ash strategy, we need to be at war. Now hold on right there. Recruit collaborators for Chinese soldiers and non-core mobilization. We need to be at war for that, but the Chinese influence China, support Tibetan independence. Takes 100. Supply the Hunanese army. Who would I want to offer? Yunnan clique a bailout. Supply the Yunnan clique. I could try to get the Yunnan clique on my side, apparently. We are both paternal autocrats. Oversized army, economic depression, supply from the Bamboo King, green uniform, Long Yun in power. I don't know if you've actually decided what path you're going down. We don't need to worry about that too much. Anything else in here? Influence China. Who would I actually want as a support? I don't think anybody. Sichuan province. You're not backing me. You're not backing me. Nobody's backing me. Japanese aid has been cut. Indeed it is. Just need to be at war with them. Let's go for the Mantetsu programs. Can't really think of what I want. Offer the Yunnan clique a bailout. Mysterious benefactor. Yunnan clique would definitely be useful, especially down here. They could help invade Vietnam, Asia. They could help us in the south, in Yunnan. Apply the Yin Yang army, the Hunanese army, the Hunani Nani Nani army. Peak military. None of them are really. I would mostly want to do this just to keep them supplied. Remove a military factory in Kyushu and Kanto and add it to them? No, I definitely don't want to do that. Supports Tibetan independence, though. That would just take 100. Yeah, I'll do that. Support Mongolian independence, which is also being attacked by. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do those two, but I won't supply them with anything, because I don't want to remove my factories for no reason. That seems like a dumb plan. Did I just lose my division? I don't know if I get that back. I saw it get destroyed. I think I did. I pulled them out, but they still died. That's funny. A bit of a bugged feature, but that's just how it is. I didn't like that unit anyway. The Mechanized Brigade. Not a very good unit. He instantly capitulated. What do I want to do with my tanks anyway? They're so shit. They're so just slow? Because even 5.2 is the fastest they can go. I think maybe just putting them into my infantry divisions, mixing them in. Each infantry division maybe has like 60 tanks to them. It would be more useful than having a slow-ass tank. At least I think it would. Carlos, Spain. Now, who in here has carrier CAS? Where are you? Why are you still here? Spanish Civil War is over. Stop that, stop that. I definitely told you to die. No reason I would tell you to do anything else. That is a Kadai class. Mantetsu project is done. Put you into this unit. In here we got some chemical research. Develop their arms industry. Need at least 10 civilian factories though. I can do that one. Some chemical industry there. That works. Greater Asian economy. It's gonna keep going with what I got. Need more steel again. I'm buying too much. Qing government has declared war on Sichuan. Well, could supply them. It would be at the cost of 2 military factories. That's the one thing that I really hate, is that it costs me military factories. But individually, would you like some weapons? I don't know how on earth these would get to you, but would you like some weapons? You want some guns? I don't want to lose military factories over that, but I do want to just supply them with what they got. I'm thinking instead of making a mechanized brigade that exists, because we already lost the one. Don't feel good out with bad until we actually... Hey, Uruguay wins the World Cup. Good for them. Not in real life, though. Range improvements, yep. I would need 25 to add a tank to that division, so don't worry about it. I thought I could put it into a cavalry division. Cavalry division would be an option. Yeah, let's get some more extraction. I'm feeling the weight of not having enough extraction. This is my naval tech. Chunk. Wait, no, this is my Air Force tech. I got the range improvements. I get some basic. Yeah. Yes, I could. Any planes in here that I could build? I got 50 at HE, which I don't want. So maybe I could just give those over to... I could give them over to the Americans again. Let's see. Modify the Lend-Lease. I'm giving them 50% of my Arasakas. Maybe that can go down. They're doing pretty well on their own. And then give them all of these again, so because I don't want them. Just get rid of them. And have fun with that. Legation dollars in Shenyang. A report just came in that agents in Shanghai of the leading philanthropist Robert Hotong is secretly funding the Pingtian government with his wealth. Let's see. Hotong has little interest beyond securing a Chinese republic, though many within the government is meddling as an outrage and could lure Zhang away from our grasp. What would that do for us? Lure Zhang away from our grasp and then attack him? Maybe that would be it? Give him the green light. Because I don't want Feng Tian to be a side partner. I want him to be a puppet of me. Between 12 and 1. Okay, good. So now I have the green light to know when I need to be at the farm. 83rd War in here. A mission to India. Isolate Australasia. I need 200% of Australasians' factories. Naval building capabilities. I do care about that. I do want my naval building capabilities to increase. Now in here, what we got? Promote investments. I got so many points. It's absurd. Railway magnate, war industrialist. Popular figurehead for stability. Bank. Political power gain and construction speed. A bank president. Naval general. A secret police chief. Technocrat. Not the aristocrats. Industrial capacity. I do want one of these. Construction speed, synthetic, manufacturing. Not that important to me. Army planning, army offense, army morale. Drill, army maneuver. Offense is pretty important to me. I'll get it mostly for the army experience. And maybe some naval theorist for some naval doctrine. Or the centralist for land doctrine cost and military construction speed. Just a little bit better. Just a little bit. I could come in here and get a naval aviation enthusiast for more passive naval. In here, you can go to the first Dai Kensai. And then you can go ahead and do some naval exercising again. Maybe we could do another round of naval exercising. We're full up on oil anyway. Might as well use it. Anybody who needs to, go ahead and do it. Got some machine gun, I guess. We're making political power. Wait, even... Wow, we're making almost 2 political power a day. Damn. And here, let's see, for the infantry techs... Maybe... We don't really need anti-tank guns. That's not a big concern for me. Maybe the grenade launchers. Austrian Empire took 11 states. And Hungary has... Excuse me? No. See? No, that's an issue. How did that even happen? Okay. Maybe get to Hungary. And then what we're going to do here, if we must, send that to Galicia, Ludmiria. I'll send this to, this is like Slovakia territory. Make a big, what's this, Pressburg? Claims, Pressburg. Maybe something like this. Austrian Empire took over Romanian territory. That's just silly. Medina could go to Illyria. Let's see. This could go to you. This, if you really have to end up with a situation of a central Hungary that broke away but lost most of its pieces and joined the Reichspakt somehow, this would be how it would go. Let's see. You're good. I could maybe even go a bit farther than like just the area of Budapest. But you know, you had Slovakian territory. You had an Austrian claim. Austrian. This will have to do. This had an Austrian claim. Okay, maybe just go to Austria then. You had an Austrian claim? That's a core state. That's an occupied state, but Slovakia exists. Maybe give these 2 over to you then to form Slovakia. It's so ugly. It is so ugly. But at least Hungary can come out not owning just Vojvodina and Slovakia. Some co-prosperity sphere and going down. Crew collaborators. I kind of do want the burn to ash strategy. Just naval. A new decision to develop up the naval fighting capabilities for both us and our allies unlocked. Unified production for seized dockyards. I do like that. I do like that as an option. I think put most of those away because I don't want to. I can offer Xinjiang a bailout. Xinjiang, click all the way over here. Why would I give them a bailout? I don't get it. Why would I do that? Venezuela did something. Ecuador did something. Everybody's doing something. I think I have most of my navy currently away over here. And I need to get off of that and get on to some pilot exercising. Which reminds me, if my fleets are out, their navies should be exercising. Because I got some in there that are not trained up at all. Got a couple planes in there that are not trained at all. Let them get on their mission. And now they can train. Good, got them. And you could actually take even more planes, so I should give you some more planes. Maybe some B4Ys or some A4Ns. More fighter protection. Because you got B4Ys, you got A4Ns. Yeah, maybe more fighter protection. For now. Don't see much of a reason not to. You two are good. You two are good. And here I got another cruiser submarine. Nice, they're just chilling. I like that. Frank Chain requests small arms. Again, the oldest ones. I might invade them. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. I need this force, this force. Make sure everybody is fanning up if they need to, if they can. Fall of Denver. Ah, good. The Pacific States are doing the Lord's work. They've taken Denver, and now they're going to come up against the combined syndicalists and the American Union State, who have both somehow survived pretty well. Oh boy, look at that unit. It's gonna die. Italian Civil War. You know, with our support of both Tibet and Mongolia, the Ma clique is really coming apart. I could then back the Ma clique. Unified production, I like it. Promote investments. Promote naval investment in Transamore. And then, what was that about? I can take their stuff. Investment, promote investment. Naval investments. Don't worry about the influence China. I could do some naval investment in Transamore. I think that's a reasonable thing to do. Group collaborators. Now, I should probably, like, do something over here. Budget adjustment plans or something. Naval tech. I want that diametric radar. Start putting in my ships. Because in here, I still haven't started the Musashi. And if I come in here, everything else is coming out kind of slowly. You're coming out in May. I can't make it smaller. Everybody else, just work your magic. You're coming out in 1940 and 1941. Then we're going to come out next year, but I did halt their production in order to work on other things. But with these 5, we should be able to help it. I keep getting free military factories. I'm not even building military factories. Don't know where that comes from. Now, what could I really need? Probably just more artillery pieces? Or just more planes. You know, is there something that can be solved with CAS, and that's just about everything? Now, what kind of land forces do I have here? 100 of those. I got KI-10s. The Workers Group Incident. Good for them. Or bad for them. I don't know. I'm not paying attention to them. Now, you... I don't know what you do. And why I can't put other units in there. I'm gonna look around. Because I feel like I should have... I feel like I should have some planes somewhere else, but I don't see them anywhere. Tsardom was restored in Russia? Alright, fair enough. Fighter wings, close air support wings are these. You're the close air support. No? Yes? You're the close air support. Formation of the Central American Republic. And we got the Russian Empire. Ah, lovely. I believe he wants something on his desk. Surprisingly, I have good relations with them. Despite, you know, what we did in the past. We have good relations currently. What could I do in here? 3D propaganda. Natural funds. Take over the dockyards. Add, ooh, 3. I would like that. Take over the Transamore dockyards to give us 3 extra dockyards. I like it. National service craft. In here, I think I want to go night fighting. Inclement weather, night fighting, visibility, close combat, surprise attacks. I want to do that. I think I want to go with Independent Air Force for now. Just so that I can come in here and get some air safety or all-weather for extremely cheap. And in here, what we got? Our cavalry, artillery, infantry, our logistics, carriers. Yamamoto, what do you got? Sortie efficiency? That's pretty good. Then we have air superiority and strategic bombing. I think for the side commander, I think I'd probably take air superiority for agility, attack, and defense. And then I don't need to use that commander anymore, because guess what? We already got the bonuses. Why would I need to use it if I already got the bonuses? Just allow things to go. We are insufficient on resources coming from good old Russia. Bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Mantetsu region is just the daily political power. Why can't I take this? Oh, because I don't have enough. That's the Jilin industrial region. Hawaii royalty visit. How lovely. The Emperor can meet with the Hawaiian Queen. This is what? This is my industrial research. Good on you. Extra excavation, because I know that that is an issue for us. Looks like just for a second there. We had enough. So we can put that. Oops. There we go. Come on. It was for but a moment. Can I still do anything? I can get tungsten mines in Korea. Or even ship tungsten. I don't really care about supplying the armies. National security drift. Service something. You are infantry tech. It's December. I'm gonna get some new rifles. I'm gonna put down a new Type 99 right there. Fill it with 2. Give them 2. Those will be where the new ones go. In here, 1 corporate state. Oh yeah, I should really go down this because it has extra research at the bottom. What am I doing? What is... Oh, the agrarian revolts. I forgot that was happening. Gandhi's going mad with power. And here... Hey, wait a minute. I just noticed that Insul India still exists, even though they lost the war. Now, I think this is another case of not enough war score. So I'm just gonna give it over. Hey, Ryan, there you are. Well, I've been doing pretty good. Eventually, I need to go to the farm because we're gonna be vaccinating our cows today. Woo woo. I don't think it's really vaccination, but you know how it is. Some funny things that happened. Over here in Hungary, the Austrian war ended, and I think that they didn't have enough war score. We repeatedly end up with this situation where there's just not enough war score to go around. So Hungary was left in like Slovakia. So I switched it around, and Hungary now exists. So they kind of won their war, but at a humiliating loss. So let me do this. Mark state, give it over. Then you went over to Vojvodina. You went over to Illyria. Cows can get COVID. No. You see what's funny is that vaccination, the word itself, it comes from cowpox. It comes from the practice of trying to treat smallpox by using another cow disease. So it makes perfect sense that cows would get vaccinated. Although I don't actually think we're giving them any sort of vaccine. I think we're just giving them like some penicillin and some D-lyser. But I just call it getting vaccinated because vaccination means cowing. And I just find it funny. Give them their cow vaccines. Now I'm wondering if there is actually a cow COVID. A bovid. 200 points for carriers, but that sortie efficiency is probably useful. I wouldn't say it is definitely useful, but I'll say it's probably. And here, what I'm thinking here, I'm thinking like a 4-engine bomber with naval capabilities that is a flying boat. Any flying boat? No, not really. There's this guy who just has a big hole, and there's this one that has an even bigger hole. I love flying boats, but they are not represented well. I just want my flying boats, goddammit. So in here, your weight to thrust is perfectly fine. Even on there, we got some Something we could do here. Maybe some extra fuel. Some defense turrets. And, okay, a bit overkill. You like that? Yeah, there we go. So this one will be... Let me just look that up real quick. The Kawashini H6K. So this will be the H6K. Will be the name, and maybe I'll switch it over to something a little bit thinner, like that. It'll still be pretty big. Be the H6K, and you know it'll be your boy, the Pelican. Sultan has declared war. Ah, interesting. Get that H6K up. I just want these for naval patrols, meaning I really don't need a lot of them. In here, you still ahead. Oh, only slightly. Only the slightest bit. Get us some heavy MGs. I want some heavy MGs in here. And Syria war in the desert. Great Syrian war. Yeah, have fun, Ottomans. Have fun. Doesn't look so bad. They just have Damascus and Kurdistan. Southern Rhodesia. Not Rhodesia. Anyone but them. And him, can I get the Jilin, the Bingchiling industrial region? Tripolitania, Iraq, Yemen. They at least defeated Kurdistan. Or no, they're still fighting in Kurdistan. We got Iraq, Yemen. How many people are you fighting? How much? Fighting against Yemen, Iraq, Syria, Egypt, and Kurdistan all at the same time. I'm surprised Armenia hasn't broken out yet. Corporate state. Boom, 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 boom. Southern Rhodesia has joined the Entente. Tal has joined the Entente, which means that Republic of South Africa is by its lonesome and trying to join with the Germans. National R&D for that extra research slot, baby! And here I'm thinking Duncan, I'm thinking selected technology. This is my Navy tech. We're pretty close. Well, you know, actually very close. Yeah, I'm actually already there. I want to get those dual-purpose guns. I want to refit a lot of my ships with dual-purpose guns. I just do. Dual-purpose is great. Anything in here interesting? Naval bombing. Strategic bombing. I think I'll say about... No, that's not necessary at all. Mitsubishi for the fighter. Carrier fighter has extra air attack. Meh. Aichi, Yakusuba, Nakajima, Kawashimi. Light bomber. So you have air defense, agility, and reliability. And you have attack, a chain. Naval bombers go on to naval attack. Carrier CAS is ground attack. CAB dive bombers is naval attack. Extra attack is always good. I think I'll go for Yokosuka, which means I have both the Yokosuka Naval Arsenal and the Yokosuka. I just really like Yokosuka, apparently. Maybe we should have gotten something for those new ships I'm building. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's build some more factories. Then some more dockyards. Fall of Cape Town. Wonder how that happened. Victory or death. Or I could pick up something like political loyalty in the military for inventiveness. Bold attack. Political loyalty, though, for the extra cost. Political stability. +1 attack. I do kind of like the idea of +1 attack bonuses. And I'm thinking of taking my Hoi4 Shiden, my basic infantry division, and duplicating it. Just throwing in that light tank division in there. And then it needs something. It needs something to differentiate what it is. That's too big for what I'm working with here. You give it like the swords. I'm already using the samurai sword, so we can't use that. I could give it like a different helmet type. because it's... I could give it the American helmet type. I don't really want to. Could give it... I could just give it the double rifles. Double rifles is good. And why even worry about it? Just call it the Hojin Shidai 2. Shidai's Revenge. Now, in here, I'm thinking that 3 that we got chilling out here, if they can become Hojin Shidai 2s and get some light tanks mixed in with them. Not going to slow them down, but it will cause us having some issues with oil consumption. So not every unit needs to be switched over immediately, but of those that are. Iran's joined the war. Now we just need Arabia. Oh, yep, Arabia's already in the war too. And that's the Armenians. Now, if this had happened to me, Azerbaijan has declared war on the side of Ottomans. At least against Iran. But Azerbaijan is actually a pretty good nation, all things considered. So they might be able to do well against Iran, but Ottomans are kind of screwed. Especially if they're all in this together, which at least Iraq, Syria, Muscat is done, already taken over by Najd. Syria has risen up in Aleppo. Armenia is taking over their territories. And it doesn't look like there's anything to stop them. Bang Tien requests arms sales. Send nothing. I'm tired of supporting them. I unironically want to just take out Bang Tien government and kill them. Doctrines are available. Carrier primacy, please. Thank you and good night. And here, let's see what we got working with. We got 2 more Hatsuyus. Just gonna go up to that force. I got an improved Kadai class. They can go there. This guy's just chilling. He can go back. And I'll have this one out and this one out. Doing their exercises. Want them to exercise as much as possible. Armenia is finally starting to end up at war. Ottomans, I don't know how good you're going to do this. You can maybe hold a line, like an Aleppo line, right there to there. But at that rate, you've basically given up all the territories. You've already lost Hijaz. You've already lost your ally in Muscat. Hello, Guntum-Jani. How are you? I am doing okay. Although we're playing as the Japanese, we're currently not doing a whole heck of a lot. We would need to be at war with the Qing government in order to really do anything in terms of China. We can't dismantle that until we're not a member of the vacation cities. In naval engineering assistance. I'm currently just working down some like technical trees. This is ships. Yep, I want my dual-purpose guns. Dual-purpose secondaries. Just watching the war of the Ottomans. I had such a lucky game of Ottomans. Unbelievably lucky. Because, you know, just get down to what exactly we were doing when we were Ottomans. It came like one war at a time. We had the Assyrian revolt by itself. We had the war with Iran by the time that had finished. We had the war in the desert. Or war against Egypt. This is my aircraft. They could use some cannons. Then, oh hey, a new technology entirely. What could I use that for? I have not been working with tanks at all. I did. It was perfect. I was able to get Bulgaria out very early on, take them out. Greece didn't have a faction, so I could just take them out. I was with the Kaiser Pact, or no, the Reichspact, so they were able to take out Austria just fine. It went swimmingly. And here, rocket science. Or, yeah, there's some land reform. Yeah, I should probably do that. Well, I got all these points. I don't want to support influence China by giving up my own government. In Qing government. I couldn't have guaranteed independence there anyway. Before the Veltkrieg starts, I don't have any option to get involved in this war early. What on earth? Oh, hey, Tianjin was taken by I think Tien government. You still at least like me a little. I do intend to kill you and stab you in the back, because I'm tired of that little warlord. But elsewhere, we got Pacific States. United States of America is now just Texas, and I'm here for it. So now it's Pacific States versus the combined syndicalists. With Entente support, by the look of things. There's a bunch of Canadians, French, Brazilians all throughout this territory. So this is just a proxy war, I see. Down here in the American states, just chilling. I wonder, because I got what? I got basically nothing. Stockpile, don't have enough intel unit at all. What I want to do, and I've been thinking about this. It's getting time. I want to start really pushing my Spy Master status. I want to go for some portable radios. I want to do missions inside of the German East Asia. I want to make sure that Singapore is their main base of operations. And then what I want to do, I want to take the fleet that is allocated for this region, because you're currently on mission, but you come on down here. I want to just roll on up to Singapore, use my Air Force to bomb Singapore and like port strike Singapore while they are just sitting around waiting with a big enough force, and try to get a big hit on their navy while they're not even looking, and then just pull my fleet back to Manila Harbor. That would be the plan. But for that to work, I need to know that they have enough ships in harbor to really be worth it. And I need to have enough carriers inside of my fleet. So I need to bring over, like, the Shukaku class and the Hiryu. Need them to be ready. They're almost ready. And here we got more tanks. Well, I'm thinking, start stacking our Type 99s there, because that's going to be the new gun, the new better gun. And here we got more Kagyus. You can join there. You're just an improved submarine. You go there. Don't really mind mixing them together. Dual purpose guns. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. In here, I'm thinking infantry armor, extra soft attack and breakthrough artillery, mechanized infantry, soft attack and defense, mechanized, but less for cheaper. Just Toyota, make it cheaper. And here I could go for some Hitachi. I've heard that name before. I could go Nissan or Tokyo Gas and Electric for even less production costs. Make them even cheaper to make those shitty little tankettes that I'm building. Well, since I am... Do you know the good guide for when it comes to designing ships, planes, and tanks? Good? For good, you should definitely look to multiplayers, people who play in multiplayer, because they have to actually make good things in order to, like, win the game. If you're talking about, like, fun or just enjoying yourself, I tend to like to build historical designs, or at least as historical as you can get inside of this. Like in here, the V5N, I built it to be relatively historical. The KI-30, I built it to be relatively historical, so I went with the lower engine and the plane. All of this, I do it because I look up the designs like on Wikipedia. It's not a great source, but it works enough. It works enough, and I use that as the template. I've already worked out exactly what what an engine is, because if it's an engine type 1, that is an engine that is less than 1,000 horsepower, so like 500 to 1,000. Engine 2 is 1,000 to 1,500, then 1,500 to 2,000 for a number 3, and then number 4 is greater than 2,000. Like, that's how you build it. So I tend to like to do that for roleplay. I go heavily into roleplay when it comes to, like, let's see, the tanks that I've been building. The Ki Ni is a real world tank, although the Ki Ni was not really produced. It never actually saw combat by the Japanese. The Type 98 Ki Ni. It was also riveted. It barely had any armor. It had like 16 millimeters of armor. It had a very bad, a very low engine, and was a diesel engine at that. It had a 37 millimeter anti-tank gun, which was basically the standard interwar tank gun. It was not a particularly good design, and it never even saw combat. It was supposed to replace the Ha-Go, and the Ha-Go that they have represented here is actually a pretty good representation of the real-world Ha-Go. These are not good tank designs. And I fully understand that they're not good tank designs, but I'm building them anyway, just because, like, it's what the actual Japanese had, so why not? I'll make some more artillery. I'll probably put artillery into my units later. But in terms of what makes like a good design, I don't care too much for the meta. I don't care too much for that. And here I could get improved, but I haven't even put in basic dual-purpose guns yet. Improved heavy artillery. I do have an entirely new bracket of large ships that I could be building, but I'm building dreadnoughts. Building the Yamato class. Which, yeah, the Yamato class is also a ship that I built to be roughly on par with what is real in real life. While also trying to keep good to, well, that's indeed an interesting way. Let me check it out then. Yeah. I like it for the role-playing aspect. And so there's a reason I don't play competitive, or I don't play any multiplayers, because I cannot be bothered to actually be good at the game. Tank turn request small arms. Go away. I'm done with you. I'm done supporting you. Let's see, I still have time, right? Yeah, 5 days. Okay, you know, while we're here, some infantry equipment. I play this game to act out what, like, interesting stories. That is why I play the game. I don't play it to nitpick too heavily over the, you know, the designs of the units. I just go with whatever they have. But if you want more general tips of what's good, I could probably help you. It's about as good as I can say. I got a Type 14. Yep. Type 14, please. Thank you. Because generally, when it comes to building good ships, really depends on what you're using them for. You generally want to have them be high speed, or at least as high of a speed as you can, because high speed means you take less damage. There are some builds that are like all speed and no defense. Like I think that the meta, or at least the meta, was like no armor on a heavy cruiser, and then just fill this thing with like secondary batteries. Fill it with light batteries. Although, see, that was a light batteries. Oh, that's because it's a heavy cruiser. It's one of those weird designs. I think it was like, you take a cruiser, you fill the main battery with a medium, so it is a heavy cruiser, and then you just fill everything else with, like, light cruisers. Something stupid. Something absolutely dumb. The idea being that you would just shred their screens, and then you leave it open to take out everything else. Because once they don't have screens, then the capital ships behind them become extremely weak to torpedoes, and torpedoes can just decimate. But that was the meta. Now I think the meta is full carrier builds, like carriers combined with heavy cruisers as a screen, combined with light cruisers, and I think it might be something like a carrier with no armor anywhere, just like full up hangar space, no deck armor. Like full up on deck space for as much deck size as possible. No anti-air, no secondaries, whatever the fastest engine you got. Maybe sub detection, not even any radar. Those, like, keep it as low as possible because anything else would add on to cost and weight. And I think the idea there is you want to keep the weight down as much as possible because carriers, like the bombers in a carrier screen will go after the heaviest target first. It'll weight towards the heaviest one. So if your carriers are lighter than something else you got, they'll target something else first. And it'll leave your carriers unmolested. So you could use that, and then inside of the carrier, you go like almost 100% naval bombers, specifically torpedo bombers, so that you can just shred the enemy. And no dive bombers at all, which I find very funny because if you look to the historical events like the Battle of Midway, the American torpedo bombers were just ass. They were just complete trash, garbage. I think those were the Devastator dive bombers at the time. They just died and did absolutely nothing. But the dive bombers, they did all the work when it came to those engagements. But a torpedo bomber, if it works, can do a lot of damage. But if it works, and their airplane torpedoes did not work. They did not work at all. In here, the fact that you have to fly in low and slow at the target makes it very easy to hit you and kill you before you can drop your torpedo. Which is why they were not nearly as effective as Hoi4 makes them out to be. In here, what am I thinking? I'm thinking infantry. Yeah, maybe a increased gun, even though we don't even use a lot of guns.